Hello, hello, hello. What a good day for the cab trade. UTAG have been successful in court. Many thanks to Angie Hotwax, who doesn't seem to have got any sort of mentions today on social media, which Angie and Trevor go together. They're like Batman and Robin. Um, Thank you very much for your hard work. And any cabbie that's not in UTAG needs to assess his situation and join, because this is really helping us. I've got an acknowledgement from Coconut Cabby. I quite like his posts. He's got interesting posts. So if if you're looking on YouTube, have a look at Coconut Cabby. The fella's all right. Cab Trade's full of characters, and the first story I'd like to start off with is a big character in the cab trade, John Sitton, known as the Real Sits. And he was a professional footballer and the Orient manager, and he goes on the odd rant. And one of John's rants on Twitter, and he said, I direct messaged him, could I use this for one of my posts? And he said yes. So John said he stopped for a bloke, and as the doors opened, he said he's got in, and he went, F me, it's happened again. The bloke must have had garlic pizza, garlic pasta, garlic salad, garlic bread. He said, and when he got up this morning, he must have had a wash with garlic soap, used garlic toothpaste, and put on some garlic aftershave. And he said his cab was absolutely stinking. Don't do yourself any favours upsetting John Sitton. Second one would be the big bad cabbie told me that one day it was raining so hard it was like a monsoon, and he was driving towards Lord's cricket ground, and three chaps put their hands up for the cab. He said he didn't pull away straight away because they were soaked right through. He said they were taking their coats off. He said, and while we were waiting, the door opened again, he said, and we all looked over and went, F me, it's Merv Hughes, the famous bowler. And he said, gentlemen, there are no cabs. Would it be okay if I came with you? Yeah, all right then. Can I go first? Yeah, all right then, which was probably quite cheeky. Then I said to him, where do you want to go, mate? And he says, it's a hotel in London. I said, well that's not very helpful. And he says, well, I don't know. I can't remember. It's kind of Chinesey. I said, you mean the Mandarin Oriental? And he said, yeah. And the cabbie said, look, there's one thing. When Merv Hughes gets in my cab, if he doesn't call me a pommy bastard, he's getting out. Do you understand? And Merv Hughes apparently went, I understand you, pommy bastard. He said he was great company. They all had a photograph with Merv Hughes and an autograph. And when he walked away, he said, I'll see you, pommy bastards, another time. So, this is me. This one I'm going to tell you now is me. I stopped in Notting Hill for a fairly overweight lady. That's me saying she's overweight. I'm massively overweight. And she said, I'm going to be a while getting in and I'm going to swear. I said, well, that's all right. I'm a big boy now. So she's opened the back door and went, F. So she sat down. I said, well, what's up? She said, what's up? She said, I'm having a Carson new hip tomorrow. She said, it's killing me. She said, I can't work properly. She said, I'm used to getting in and out of tanks. And I've interviewed Muhammad Ali and Nelson Mandela. I said, well, what kind of jobs do you do? And she said, I'm a reporter on the Times. I'm Dame Anne Lesley. So I said to her, Anne, you smell very nice. She said, well, I love the smell of Chanel No. 5. So we've had a long conversation about the smell of Chanel. When we got to where she lives, which was in Chalk Farm, she's paid me with a £50 note. And I said, Anne, even your £50 note smells of Chanel. She soaks her money in Chanel. And because I get in very late, I kind of prefer the late shift. My missus, if she's going shopping, will help herself to any money I've earned. So she said, when I got up, she said to me, "Did you meet a bird last night?" I said, "No." Who would meet me? So she said, "All the money smells of Chanel." So Anne Lesley got me in trouble. What else? There's quite a funny one that I like. A chap stopped a cabbie. What was his name? Sometimes cabbies don't want any accreditation for their story, and he said, "I'm in Dad's Defended Daughters." So this is Dad's Defended Daughters. This chap stops his cab. He says, "How much to Kingston?" He said, "Well, probably £35 to £40. He said, "But Uber would do it for £14. Well, get an Uber then." "Yeah, but they're surging at 4 times the price." "All right then, I'll do it for 50. Then he said, "But you said 40. He said, "You said Uber." What else? Last one would be from Baron von Greenbadge. Sometimes, because it's been a while, I need to write down the story just to jog my memory. Baron von Greenbadge said that he picked up 2 men with bald heads and vests, and they wanted the XXL club or the XXL club, depending on your point of view. And when they got there was about 50 blokes with bald heads and vests on. And he said he was quite genuine. He said, "What's going on there? Is that right?" I said, "For a tribute night." And this bloke went, "Are you stupid?" And he went, "What do you mean?" He said, "It was a gay club." He said, "Well, is it?" Well, he wouldn't know, would he? Don't go in there. He paid his money and walked down the road shaking their head. The London cab driver didn't know that the XXL club was a gay club. So he said he's got his cup of tea and he sat at the Gatwick Express waiting for a train to come in. Now, the trains were late and he was bored. So on his phone, on YouTube, he's put on "I'm Too Sexy for My Shirt" by Right Said Fred, which I actually thought was a fairly decent single. And he said, after I watched it once, he said, "I'm singing it all night." He said, I've got an earworm. So he said, "I can't get it out of my head." He said, in the mornings, I woke up and I thought that they had 2 hits, Deeply Dippy. I think they had 3. Deeply Dippy. He said that, and for the rest of the day, he said, "Deeply Dippy's in my head." He said, "I'm haunted by it." And after that, he said, "I'll get loads of messages." It's closed now, the XXL club. He said, but before that, he said, when there was loads of bald men in vests outside, he said he'd get text messages saying that there was a Right Said Fred tribute night on. That's it, boys and girls. I hope I've entertained you a little bit with life in the cab, and I'll be back.